Hi guys, my name is Folario Alagunju, redeemed photographer. Yeah, the last time we met, I said I was going to release videos on a consistent basis. Yeah, this is the first video I'll be releasing, and I'm going to be talking about how I got into photography. Wow, this got me thinking, and sincerely, I'll say it's God. It's God. My photography journey from the start to where I am presently is God, and is amazing. Okay, I'm just gonna dive into it straight up. And thank you all. Thank you everyone that commented on the post I made, and those that shared, liked, and reached out. I'm really grateful. Yeah, as I said, I'm talking about how I got into photography. Today I'm smiling. I never knew I love photography this much. I never knew I love photography this much. But diving into it made me realize that wow, this is an amazing aspect of media fair, and it's beautiful, and it's a whole lot, and a place where you can explore things and explore nature, nature and people. So I got photography came to my mind during the lockdown, and I'm going to be seeing series of things that happened and all that. So you can just pick up a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and let's write together as I share my story of how I got into photography. Yeah, photography came to my into year 2020. I was praying and about what to do and all that. I spoke to mom about it. I wanted to learn. There was no. She just just tell her, and it just went like that. So there was an opportunity for me to learn photography. As you all know, I'm also the redeemed farmer. So there was an opportunity for me to learn photography, and at the same time an opportunity for me to go for a soilless farm training around 2020. So I chose the soilless training. So I left the photography training. So after the training, I came back for the photography training. After the farm training, or the organizer said I should have reached out to him because they were a week ahead. So there was no how I could join and all that. So that's how I left for school. So I said I was going to learn with someone, get to school, but somehow I was just there, and I realized that I could actually watch YouTube videos, depending the time I get my own camera, and able to learn professionally. So I started watching YouTube videos, and I just kept on watching YouTube videos, not on a consistent basis now. Just anytime I remember, I'll just watch. Since I was still very much into the agric space, that was I studied in school. I studied agriculture in school, so I was just learning. Cause my mind was fixed on agriculture, so I was pushing towards getting better at agriculture. So after, fast forward to 2021. So I followed them UCU, that's the United Christian Union, for a mission, and the missionary body came to talk to people about how to get involved in missions. So I reached out to, after the mission work and all that, I reached out to this missionary body, the Kingdom Project. So I started reaching out to them. I was able to talk to them and tell them, okay, I want to get involved in mission work. How can, as a student? So the opportunity was just to come in and help out whenever there is a lot of work to do, like arranging of tracts, sharing of tracts, and maybe doing 1 or 2 logistics. So fast forward to 2022, I was called. Yeah, I was called. Then I was at Praise. I was at Praise, and I was called that Fola, are you still at a lorry that we need hands to do 1 or 2 things, and they were preparing to go for a missionary journey, a mission trip, which is a very long one. So I told them no, I was not around that, but when I get back, I will reach out to them. When I go back, I reached out to the organization, and that was how I was able to like continue or do 1 or 2 things with them. But pending the time I was not really going to the missionary organization, I joined Prison Fellowship, which is Nigeria Prison Fellowship, PFN, and I was reaching out to inmates. We go there, we do trainings for them, sycamore tree training, the listener's way, and all other programs like that. And I only go to this missionary organization on a Tuesday because that's the only opportunity I have to go to this missionary organization. Because at that point I was in school, there was strike, and I'd not returned back home, so I was still in school, and I was rich at that point. That was 2022. So the only time I had the opportunity to go out was when I go to visit the inmates with the then STP, that's Sycamore Tree Project coordinator for PFM Kwara State, which is she's the present chairperson of PFM now. So anytime I go with her on Tuesday, when I come back, my church is not so far from the church I attended then. It was also far from this missionary body organization. So the Holy Spirit said, and on Tuesday was our Bible study. So anytime I go to meet the inmates, I come back home, then go back to church. But it's always more stressful. So this dropped it as a thought. Let me just drop it as a thought. I said, why not go to this missionary body on Tuesdays, so it will be easier for you to go to Bible study instead of you going back home, then spending extra coming back to church. So I accepted, and I was going to the missionary organization office on a Tuesday. So the director reached out, saw me arranging some books in the office that day, and I was like, Folari, why are you only coming on a Tuesday? And I said I was rich at that point, so I could not answer because I was shy to tell him I was rich. So I said there was no answer, so I was stammering. I said he was having a meeting. Some people said, okay, after this meeting I will see you. So after the meeting, he called me, and he said he told the secretary to call me inside. So I went to the secretary, and he said, Lauren, why are you only coming on Tuesday? Why are you only coming on Tuesday? What are you doing? And I told you I was watching YouTube videos to learn photography. So I said, and at that point my phone was bad. So I told him, if my phone was okay, I will continue learning on YouTube. So he said, okay, since why not come to the office? And so I started going to the office. Now the agreement was 3 days, and there was support to come to the office. So I told him earlier that I was learning photography. He asked, and that was what I said I was doing. And there was a program coming up, which is TLCILR, which is Touching Life at Christmas International Leadership Retreat. So he called me, and he was like, and he said, for Lauren, you'll be taking pictures for the program. I was like, so that was like my first assignment. Will I say as a photographer now? I don't know what. That was like my first assignment. Taking pictures. and it was for God. Wow. So okay, all right. All right. So it was I was to take pictures with phone. So what I did was I started watching compositions and all that, like just to refresh my brain. So on the day of the prayer, because it was a weekend program, so and we camped. So I took pictures. So that was how I started. When you see me when I introduce myself, I tell you that I'm a missionary photographer and also a documentary photographer, because I started photography with missions. I got into photography because I just wanted to make Jesus happy. That's it. I wanted to just serve, because I know definitely if you claim you love God, you must prove it. Love is action. Love is action. Love is action. So I got into photography by trying to please God. Then fast forward again. I was just doing that. I never knew it was a serious thing, because you can God just push you to start doing something and you don't know that this is something you have to do on a long term. My mind was still in agriculture, which my mind is still in agriculture. Not that I've like pushed myself away from agriculture or something. So I just doing it. I was just doing it. So I finished school. I was to finish school 2022, and I joined them before 2022, but I became a let's say a standard volunteer 2022. So 2022 TLC, that's Total Light as Christmas. 2022, yes, 2022. I took pictures also. I've been taking pictures for them, but I'm talking about the major program now. Was TLC ILR. I say TLC ILR. TLC 2022 at Ilorin. So I took pictures and it was great. So after that, I was done with school and I left Ilorin back to my place. When I got to Lagos, because I stay at Ota, my parents stay at Ota. So when I got to Lagos, because I passed through the route, Lagos route, when I got to Ota and I entered bike to my place, my loads were with me and all that. When I entered the bike, it was loud in my heart. What are you doing here? And I was like, what am I doing here? So I got home and I just laid on the bed. Nobody was at home, so I was the only one. And I had not eaten. So basically I was on the fast. So I started praying that, oh, thank you, I'm done with school. Thank God, I'm now back home. Okay, what's the next thing and all that. So just stay thanking God and all that. And I had known earlier that I was not to go to service here immediately. So I wanted to increase in my skill as a photographer. Maybe probably go for a professional training now. Well, as I kept on praying, I just dozed off and I had a dream. And what was this dream? I saw this director of this organization asking me what was I doing there and why. So I see there was a program and I was taking pictures. I was like, why are you going and all that? Like, that was the first part. Then I saw that was even the first time I was going to be seeing his wife in my dream, and that was the only time. First time. Like, so I saw like, I'm going to beat you. That was what she said in the dream. Like, she was going to beat me because I've left what I was supposed to be doing, which was to help the organization. Definitely, this was God speaking This was God speaking. So I woke up, I sat down, and just said some words of prayer, and I was trying to check here. I was trying to check, basically. I was trying to check. And I was able to check, and I knew it was what God wanted me to do. So I messaged him immediately. I said, I think God wants me to continue and go back. So I sent him a message and he responded. But I told God, I don't want to go back immediately. I wanted to attend some program because Ilorin back to Lagos was a distance. But I don't have issues with traveling. People don't know I travel a lot and I love traveling. But I wanted to attend some program because it's not gonna be so okay to just be going in and out. So I said, God, even if I should go back, let me go back after Congress. Which Congress, yeah. RCCG Congress. So God just did everything, and somehow it just kept on extending my going back, and till after Congress. And after Congress, I didn't even go back immediately. What I went back for 2023 was TLC also. I went back for TLC. So after TLC, I came back. Then in January, I left again for January last year. That was 2024. So the TLC I went for, that was 2023 TLC. The first one I did was 2022 TLC, then 2023 TLC I came back then. And by 2020 I came back home after TLC. TLC holds on 25th of December. So I came back home, and I knew what I wanted to do since I was not going for service immediately. So, and I needed to serve. So I went back to the organization and continued doing it. Doing what I was doing, taking pictures, assisting the organization in one or two ways. But how I got into photography, I know some people might not understand or might not get the story. Some people might not. I got into photography by serving God. That was how I got into photography. I just wanted to serve God. I just wanted to make God proud. And it made the journey very easy for me because coming to service here, he just orchestrated things here. Let me show you, orchestrated things, and I was posted to Kano. And I'd only said it that I was not going to change where I was posted to. And I never had even said I was going to serve in Kano, because I remember when I told my closest friend in school, then he was like, Fola, you said I'm doing a final that I don't mind serving at Kano. Immediately he said it when I told him I was supposed to say, I was like, hey. I shot myself in the leg. Like, so I was now more calm, because if I had to choose, where I was going to serve in Ibadan, because I wanted to go to something to serve at IIT. I love agriculture, and I studied agriculture because I chose agriculture. I was not giving, so I wanted to serve at IIT because I went for a conference. That was 2023. Yeah, I went for a conference 2020 after my convocation. So at IIT, so I loved the odd everything I saw in the facility, and I was like, God, I'm serving like bad, so I went to IIT. So I was able to come to Kano, and the amazing thing is my photography found expression in Kano more, and definitely it's just God's orchestration. And I'm happy because I was able to meet a friend, a lady in camp, and it really helped me get position myself well as a photographer, because she had gone ahead of she had gone ahead in photography. My name is Big T. She had gone ahead in photography, and that when we spoke, because she also served in SCCF during when we were in camp, both served at SCCF media team, and it really pushed me because she made me understand what like in depth of some things that I don't know about the photography, because I was just doing photography. There was nobody that was okay, this is how you go, this is how you go, this is how you go, this is this and this. So I was just doing photography, okay, just doing it. But in everything you do, there must be excellence to it. So that's my story. I got into photography by the leading of God. And because I just wanted to make God proud, I wanted to serve God, I wanted to please God. Thank you so much for listening. I'm grateful to have you listening to my photography story. Yeah, only reason I have a video afterwards. Yeah, I'm excited because I know when I look back at this, I'm going to be grateful I started. Thank you. Peace.